number 1. Here we go. Problem number 1 was pretty simple. Problem number 1 was a basic math problem. Negative 14 plus 18. Here's my question. Who can tell me the rule for it?
If the signs are different, find the difference greatest distance.
If the signs are different, positive and a negative, find the difference, subtract, and the one with the greatest distance is the value of the number. So 18 minus 14 is 4, and is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Because
18 is greater than 14.
18 has the greater absolute value, the greater distance from 0. Number 2, it says, at the beginning of the Chiefs game, the temperature was 5 degrees. By the time the game ended, the temperature had dropped 10 degrees. So what does that look like? 5 what? 5 minus 10. If the signs are different, find the difference, greatest distance. 10 minus 5 is 5. And is it positive or negative? Negative. Because negative 10 minus 10, dropping 10, is greater than 5.
5 degrees.
They have 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 3 says, this was a tricky question. Number 3 says Stephanie, oh, not this one, the next one, sorry. Stephanie owes her mom $42.72. What do you know about that $42.72?
It's not hers.
It's not hers, so what kind of number is it?
Negative.
Negative.
Oh. I mean,
Negative $42.72. She earned $18.75 babysitting, so what does that look like? Plus $18.75 equals, if the signs are different, find the difference greatest distance. What's $42.72 minus $18.75? $23.97. Positive or negative? Which one?
Negative.
Negative, because how much she still owes, so it's still negative. Number 4 is the one where people mess up. Mark and his 2 friends go out to dinner. The total bill is $54.30. If they split the bill equally, how much will Mark and his 2 friends pay? So, what are you going to do? $54.30 divided by, why 3? Mark and his 2 friends. What do you think people do?
2 because 2 friends.
Yeah, they divide by 2 because it says the number 2 in it. And they just automatically look for that and they think, oh, there it is. But it's Mark and his 3 friends. What's $53?
That would be 4 friends.
Or 2 friends, yeah. What is $54.30 divided by 3? All right, next problem. 3x minus 1 plus 3x plus 2. Distribute. 3 times 3x is? 3 times negative 1 is? Plus 3x plus 2. Am I done?
No, combine like terms.
3x plus 3x is? Negative 3 plus 2? Negative 1, which was choice D. Number 6. 3 times 1 plus 6x. Distribute. 3 times 1 is 3 times positive, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, I don't really like that answer.
Turn it around.
Why?
The variable has to go first.
Your variable should go first. Which was choice A? Ooh, number 7. I bet lots of people got this one wrong.
Nope.
Yep.
4 less than the product of 7 and x. So let's look. It's 4 less than means minus. Product means multiply. So I'm multiplying 7 times x. 4 minus 7x. Is that true? And ladies and gentlemen, here's why. This is what we miss all the time. It's an accident and we don't mean it. Whenever you say less than, it means you have to flip it around. Instead of being 4 minus 7x, it's 7x minus 4. Less than
I got it, Miss Long.
does, it means you have to do it. Up here for this one, for number 6, you don't necessarily have to. They're the same problem. Because order when adding doesn't matter, correct? Commutative property of addition says the order of adding doesn't matter. But the order of subtracting does matter. Number 8. Negative 2 times 3x minus 2. Negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is
Positive 4.
oh, we forgot to write our numbers. Oh, this one was B.
It's day.
And what was this one? E.
It's my name, but
All right, number 9. 5 parentheses x minus 4 minus 55 equals 135. All right, distribute. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 4 is minus 55 equals 135. Am I done?
No.
Now I put these together because they're like terms, correct?
Yeah.
5x minus 75 equals 135.
Nope.
Plus 75 plus 75 5x equals 210, correct?
Yeah.
Divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals what? 42, is that what I heard? Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this. This is your final, correct?
Yes.
So it's important. It's a test. When you get an answer on a test, if it's an equation, I would check it. I would type in 5 parentheses, and then instead of x, I'd put 42, minus 4, close parentheses, minus 55.
You did 2/3.
Did it work?
Yeah.
I would check it. Because it's your test, right? I mean, If there's any time that you want to make sure that you get the answer correct, it's on the test. Sam.
Is our final 10% of our grade?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. Is that a lot? Yes.
It's a letter grade.
Are you serious?
So if you have
Oh,
so if you pass it, your little grade will go up.
Potentially.
But if you do bad,
Oh no.
All right, here we go. Number 10. Are you listening or are you talking? The rules to this problem, right? We need to simplify before we start solving. So if I look at the left side, 7x minus 3x is what? 4x plus 9 equals, and does the right side simplify? 6x plus 3. Now, this problem's a little bit interesting because it also has variables on both sides. I move the smaller variable. It doesn't really matter which one you move. But to me, it's easier to move the smaller one. I've got 4x and I've got 6x, so I'm going to move the 4x. I'm going to subtract 4x. On the left side, I'm left with 9 equals the right side 2x plus 3. Now it's a two-step problem, which are relatively easy. I subtract 3 because that's my constant. 9 minus 3 is 6 equals 2x. Divide by 2. X equals 3. And again, I would check it because this is your test. I would put in 7 times 3 instead of x plus 9 minus 3 and then 3 for x again, and I get 21 on this side. And then I'll do the same thing for the other side. 6 times 3 plus 3. And I get 21, and if they're both equal, I'm right. Yes, BB. Oh, wait, so that was a good thing, too. These problems said that how many solutions are there? This has one solution. Because there's an answer. There's one answer. On your final, it's just going to say find the answer, most likely.
You're making fun of it.
All right, 11. 3h minus 4 plus 5h equals h minus 3 minus 1 plus 7h. So let's simplify. Left side. 3h plus 5h is 8h minus 4 equals, BB, you forgot to yell at me.
47.
1h plus 7 h's is negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. Now some of you are going to stop because you're going to remember they're the exact same on the left side and the right side. You're good to go. Other people are going to be like, all right, keep going. I'm going to move the smaller variable. Oh, wait, they're the same, so it doesn't matter which one I move. Minus 8h, minus 8h. Cancel out. I'm left with negative 4 equals. And is this a true statement? Yeah, it's true. All real numbers, which is the same thing as
Oh, I got it.
Wait, so if it's 1
It's not no solutions, because there are solutions. There's a bunch of them. You could also say infinitely many. Oops. E-L-Y. I mean, there are a couple different ways of saying this answer. You cannot say no solution, because there is a solution. In fact, there are so many solutions we can't even count how many there are. This is one solution. There's one answer to that problem. The answer is 3. Here? No, your variables cancel out. Right? Your variables are the same. They cancel out when you do inverse operations. Number 12. 4x plus 3 equals 2x minus 6 plus 2x. Is the left side good to go? Yep. Tell me about the right side.
You need to combine my terms.
2x plus 2x is
4x.
minus 6. Move the smaller variable. Oh, wait, they're the same. So it doesn't matter which one I pick. Problem 12. 4x's cancel out. 3 equals negative 6. That's a false statement. This is no solution. There's no way to answer this problem. Nothing will work. $13. Negative 2x plus 6 is less than negative 8. Treat it like it's an equal sign. Minus 6 from both sides.
Signs are the same, find the sum to the sign.
Okay, so negative 2x is less than negative 14. Signs are the same. Find the sum. Keep the sign. Am I done yet? What do I do next?
You have to get the variable by itself.
Divide by negative 2. Avery, good job. Since I'm dividing by a negative number, I have to flip the sign to 7. Then when you graph it, is it an open dot or a closed dot? Open, because it cannot be equal to it, so draw a fence around it. And is x bigger or is x smaller?
Bigger.
So which way does it get bigger?
Right.
If your variable is first, it's the way that it points. Only if your variable's first, right? It's eating the variable, telling me x gets bigger, which is going up. All right, number 14 was tough. Number 14 says, a train can haul 250 tons. The cargo weighs 60 tons, and the engine weighs 140 tons. If the weight of the average train car is 3 tons, write an inequality for the situation and solve to find the number of cars a train can haul.
Wow, that's...
How much can the train haul? What's the answer to my problem? All right, so 250. Is 250, can it be bigger than 250?
No.
Can it be smaller than 250? Could it be equal to 250? Yeah, it could haul 250 tons, but it can't do 251. But it could do 250. It could do 249, right?
That would
So,
be over it.
then we have the cargo weighs 60 tons and the engine weighs 140 tons. So 60 and 140 make 200. Plus 3 tons per car, right? Do we know how many train cars there are?
Yes, I got it right.
Sam, Mr. Cloud.
Okay. What is the unit rate for pay per hour? Ladies and gentlemen, 2 ways of doing this. Let's talk them through. 2 ways of doing this. You can either...
Miss Long, we forgot to solve the other one.
You didn't have to solve it. You just said right. Oh, and solve, sorry. Minus 20, or 200, minus 200. 50 is less than or equal to 3 tons. Or 3 times T, 3 trains, right? 3 times the number of trains. Divide by 3, divide by 3. What's 50 divided by 3?
16.6666666.
16.6 repeating. So how many train cars can there be?
60.
Could there be 17? Could I round up to 17? No. 16 or less or fewer train cars. Sorry, I didn't read the whole problem.
This one, we did ours differently, but got the same answer.
That's fine. Okay, let's talk through this one. 15. There are a couple ways of doing it. We can find the change and find the change. From $30 to $37.50. From $30 to $37.50. How much does it increase?
$7.50.
Yeah, it increases $7.50. Over from 4 to 5, what does it do? $7.50 per 1 hour. Is that a unit rate? Yeah. We're good. Or you could have taken 30 and divided by 4. Both work to find the unit rate. That's number 15. John, you need to be sitting up, please. Number 16, I think sometimes is confusing to students too. It says, what does the point 0, 0, also known as the origin, represent on the graph? Ladies and gentlemen, a graph has labels, correct? I mean, that's the purpose of a graph, to display data. I get that it means 0, 0. I get that it means nothing because it's the number 0. But 0, 0 means in 0 hours you get $0. Zero hours earns $0. It says down here, Stephanie makes $124.95 for 15 hours of work. What was her unit rate of pay? How do you find the unit rate? You take your amount, $124.95, and divide by 15. $124.95 divided by 15 hours equals what? $8.33. 33 cents for 1 hour.
Pretty good.
Question number 18 said, what is the difference in the unit rate? So you're going to do $8.33 minus $7.50, right? 23.
0.83. 0.83.
Good, Morgan. Grayson, will you come here real quick?
Grayson's in trouble.
All right, and then 19, 20, and 21. It says, Juan earns $12 allowance every 3 weeks. What is the unit rate of pay?
12 over 3. Or 4 over 1.
$12 every 3 weeks. So the unit rate is what?
$4.
$4. No, I don't think so. For 1 week. Label your answer, you guys. That's key. Do not forget your dollar signs. Do not forget that it's $4 a week. It would be very misleading if you did all this math, you took it to your parents, and they're like, absolutely not, I'm not giving you $4 per one. Because they don't know what you mean.
If you want them to pay you $4 every one and you're raking the yard, they're like, no, I'm not paying $4.
Okay, it said graph for number 20. What goes on the x-axis, do you think? The number of weeks. What goes on the
The
y-axis?
amount of allowance.
The money. So at 1 week, you're going to get $1, $2, $3, $4.
That's a whole lot of
And at 2 weeks, you're going to get...
$8.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's some questions that are not on your test, but I want to know. Are you ready?
Yep.
Looking at this graph, is this proportional? And there are 2 reasons you can tell me it's proportional.
It goes through the origin.
Okay, I heard linear, meaning it's a line, and it goes through the origin. Good. So yes, it is proportional. How do we know? Because it's a line, it's a straight line that starts at the origin. And last but not least, it asks us to write the formula. The equation of the line is y equals kx. And remember, the variable k stands for constant of proportionality. And remember, constant of proportionality is a fancy word for the unit rate. So what is the equation?
It's y equals 4x.
Y equals 4x. Why did we use 4? Because that's the unit rate, right? That's how much he gets for 1 week. Y equals kx is the formula. K stands for constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality is a fancy word for unit rate. So it's y equals, this time the unit rate is 4x.